Have you ever wondered about the profound influence St. Augustine had on Christian theology and philosophy? As we delve into the life of this influential figure, we begin in Tagaste, present-day Souk Ahras, Algeria, where Augustine was born in the year 354 CE. Augustine's intellectual journey is one that traverses a fascinating landscape of worldly pleasures and the quest for intellectual fulfillment. As a young man, Augustine was drawn to the allure of earthly delights, absorbed in the pursuit of hedonistic pleasures. However, beneath this exterior, there was an insatiable thirst for knowledge that would set the course for his future. During these formative years, Augustine was also crafting what would become one of his seminal works, Confessions. This autobiographical narrative provides an intimate window into his spiritual journey, documenting his transgressions, struggles, and ultimately his conversion to Christianity. It's a profound exploration of the human soul's yearning for divine connection, a journey from sin to salvation. A pivotal moment in Augustine's life was his encounter with Ambrose, the Bishop of Milan. Ambrose's teachings deeply resonated with Augustine, and it was under his influence that Augustine found his calling in Christianity in 386 CE. This was not merely a change of faith, it was a profound transformation that marked a turning point in his intellectual journey. From a life characterized by worldly indulgence, Augustine had transitioned into a life dedicated to exploring the depths of Christian theology and philosophy. His conversion to Christianity was a transformative event, not just for him, but for the world of Christian thought. It set the stage for his future work, where he would grapple with complex theological and philosophical questions and make significant contributions to Christian doctrine. Thus, Augustine's conversion to Christianity marked a significant turning point, not just in his personal life, but in the history of Christian thought. As we move forward, we'll delve deeper into the works of Augustine, the theologian and philosopher, and explore the lasting influence of his intellectual legacy. Following his conversion, Augustine entered a new phase in his life, grappling with complex theological and philosophical questions. Donning the mantle of a Christian theologian, he sought to reconcile Christian doctrine with the classical thought that had once captivated his intellect. One of Augustine's most significant works was The City of God. This seminal text was a response to the sack of Rome in 410 CE. In it, Augustine explored the relationship between the earthly city, characterized by human pride and love of self, and the city of God, marked by love of God and neighbor. He proposed that these two cities, while intertwined in the present age, would be separated in the final judgment. This exploration of history through a theological lens offered a profound insight into the nature of God's providence. But Augustine's contributions didn't stop there. His theological perspectives extended to discussions on original sin and human free will. In his debates with the Pelagians, who argued for the inherent goodness of humanity and the sufficiency of human will for salvation, Augustine offered a contrary view. He maintained that humanity, due to the fall of Adam and Eve, is inherently flawed and in need of divine grace for salvation. This belief, while controversial, fundamentally shaped the Western Christian understanding of sin and redemption. Through his works, Augustine argued that the human condition is marked by a state of non possi non peccare, meaning not able not to sin. This perspective emphasized the essential role of divine grace in enabling possi non peccare, the ability not to sin. It underlined the powerlessness of human will in the face of sin and the necessity of God's intervention for salvation. Augustine's theological perspectives had a profound impact on Western Christian theology, shaping our understanding of sin and redemption. His distinctive voice echoes through the ages, inviting us to engage in the ongoing conversation about the nature of humanity, the reality of sin, and the transformative power of grace. But Augustine's contributions were not limited to theology. He also engaged deeply with philosophical questions. Indeed, Augustine was a thinker who didn't shy away from the profound mysteries of existence. His Confessions is not only an account of his spiritual journey, but also a philosophical exploration of memory, time, and the nature of God. In this work, Augustine grappled with the concept of memory, pondering its elusive, complex nature. He saw memory as a vast and immeasurable sanctuary, a place where images of all kinds are stored and can be recalled. Yet he also recognized memory's limitations, understanding that it can distort and alter the past. Augustine's reflections on time were equally profound. He asked, "What then is time? If no one asks me, I know. If I wish to explain it to someone who asks, I do not know." This paradoxical statement encapsulates the enigma of time, a concept so familiar yet so hard to define. As for the nature of God, Augustine saw him as eternal and unchangeable, existing outside of time. He proposed that God doesn't see events in a linear sequence as humans do, but rather in an eternal present. This perspective has had a profound influence on the way we perceive divinity, time, and eternity. Beyond these explorations, Augustine also contributed to the development of philosophical autobiography. His Confessions is considered one of the first works of its kind, intertwining personal narrative with philosophical and theological reflections. It paved the way for future thinkers to explore their intellectual journeys in a deeply personal way. Finally, Augustine left his mark on the philosophy of language. He pondered the relationship between signs and the things they signify, laying the groundwork for semiotics, the study of signs and symbols. Augustine's philosophical ideas continue to influence the way we think about the world and our place in it. His philosophical musings, combined with his theological insights, make him a figure of immense importance in the history of thought. His legacy, therefore, is not only that of a theologian, but also of a philosopher who dared to explore the deepest mysteries of existence. The influence of Augustine extended far beyond his lifetime, shaping the course of Christian thought. His intellectual prowess and profound insights into theology and philosophy carved a path that future generations would tread upon, shaping the contours of Western Christianity. Let's delve into how Augustine's writings became foundational for this tradition. His seminal work, City of God, was not merely a response to the sack of Rome. It was a profound exploration of the interplay between the earthly city and the city of God, a discourse that articulated a theology of history and the nature of God's providence. This work, among others, informed the thought processes of medieval theologians, providing them with a robust intellectual framework to grapple with complex theological questions. Augustine's influence didn't stop there. His discussions on original sin and human free will, his debates with the Pelagians, all emphasized the inherent fallen nature of humanity and the absolute necessity of divine grace for salvation. This perspective had a lasting impact on the understanding of sin and redemption, becoming a cornerstone in the development of the Western Christian tradition. It challenged the prevailing views, provoked thought, and sparked debate, leading to a richer, more nuanced understanding of faith. The Catholic Church, recognizing the depth and breadth of Augustine's contributions, bestowed upon him the title of a Doctor of the Church. This title, reserved for those who have made significant contributions to theological or doctrinal development, further underscores the lasting influence of Augustine. His teachings continue to be a guiding light for the Church, illuminating the path for believers and seekers alike. But Augustine's influence isn't confined to the past. His intellectual legacy endures in contemporary discussions of theology, ethics, and the nature of the human soul. His exploration of the human condition, the pursuit of God, and the complexities of morality continues to resonate with scholars, theologians, and seekers, making his thoughts relevant even in today's world. St. Augustine's impact on Christian theology, philosophy, and spirituality remains profound to this day. His life and works serve as a testament to the enduring power of intellectual curiosity, the relentless pursuit of truth, and the transformative power of faith. Augustine's intellectual legacy endures in contemporary discussions of theology, ethics, and the nature of the human soul. These are not just mere words, they are a testament to the lasting influence of this great thinker. Augustine's exploration of the human condition, the pursuit of God, and the complexities of morality continue to resonate with scholars, theologians, and seekers alike. Let's delve a bit deeper. Augustine's exploration of the human condition is as relevant today as it was in the 4th and 5th centuries. His understanding of humanity, marked by both the luminous potential for good and the shadowy capacity for evil, offers a balanced perspective that continues to inform contemporary theological and philosophical discussions. It's a perspective that speaks to our shared humanity, our struggles, our hopes, and our yearnings. The pursuit of God, as Augustine saw it, was not a straightforward journey. It was a winding path marked by doubt, questioning, and ultimately profound transformation. His own spiritual journey, from a life of worldly pleasures to a profound embrace of Christianity, serves as a powerful narrative of spiritual seeking and finding. This narrative continues to inspire countless individuals in their own spiritual quests. encouraging them to grapple with the big questions of life and faith. And then there's the complexities of morality. Augustine didn't shy away from grappling with tough ethical questions. His discussions on original sin, human free will, and divine grace provide a rich tapestry of thought on the nature of good and evil and the role of divine intervention in human affairs. These discussions continue to provoke debate and reflection, challenging us to think deeply about our own moral compass and the choices we make. But Augustine's legacy isn't just about his intellectual contributions. It's also about his enduring influence on the shape and trajectory of Western Christianity. His theological writings have become foundational, shaping the thought of medieval theologians and serving as a cornerstone for the development of the Western Christian tradition. Making St. Augustine a towering figure in the history of Christian thought, his intellectual journey continues to inspire and challenge us today.